When we were young, we had these wild ideas of what we wanted to be when we grew up. I wanted to be a firefighter, and then I wanted to be a cowboy, and then a policeman, and then an astronaut, and eventually I just wanted to be me. The problem is, as we get older, our dreams start to become more mainstream. And as we start to conform to what we believe other people think that we should dream about, we end up losing a lot of ourselves. And that actually kind of sucks. So looking at life, I realized something, and it's crazy. The people that didn't give up on their dreams are the ones that inspire us the most. These people are the Olympians. There are teachers. There are leaders. They're business people. They're innovators. They're inventors. The people who never gave up on their dreams are the ones that are the most successful. So as we are being pushed down and being told to give up on our dreams, to stop pursuing what makes us happy, what we think is going to be amazing, we're actually limiting ourselves and our own beliefs about ourselves. And so I wanted to know 3 ways to rekindle that desire to pursue our dreams. And I found some good ones, and I thought I'd share with you. The first lesson that I picked up on how to explore your dreams is to learn to ignore the anti-cheerleaders. These are the people that will tell you that you can't do it. These are the people that will tell you it's impossible. These are the people that go against what a cheerleader does. They're not there to lift you up. They're there to tear you down. And this includes your own inner anti-cheerleader, your own inner hater. Back in my youth, I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And my professor had a saying. He said that a black belt is just a white belt that never gave up. Every single time you learn something new, your brain comes up with 10,000 reasons why you can't do it. I'm not flexible enough. I'm not able to move my body that way. I'm not able to do all of these things. And the people that are successful in jiu-jitsu and any other sport for that matter, if they are able to move beyond their own inner critic, their own people telling them why they cannot do what they're doing, they are going to be successful. They're going to be that black belt. They're going to turn into the master. So with our dreams, we need to not give up on them. The second thing I learned, and this is a weird one, dreams without action is nothing more than a fart in the wind. We smell it for a second and then it disappears. So how do we move beyond? How do we turn that dream into a reality? We need to develop a game plan. We need to be able to go, okay, you know what? I dream of traveling, and then we leave it at that, and then it never happens. But what if we went, how do I get there? Do I need money? Most likely. What's a step that I can do? I can save a certain amount every month and then eventually reward myself with a trip. I need a passport. I can grab a passport so that I can go visit the European Union. There's little steps that we can take to make all of our dreams turn into a reality. Because, like I said before, a dream without a plan of action is nothing but a fart in the wind. It just disappears. The third and final thing that I learned about dreams and how to make them a reality, our lives change. We discover new talents. We live in a fluid world. Our lives are not set in stone. So why should our dreams be set in stone? One of my favorite sayings growing up was that every life has seasons. There's a season for resting. There's a season for change. There's a season to go explore. And there's seasons, our dreams are seasonal too. What we may have dreamt of when we were toddling around is not what we dreamt of when we were a teenager. What we dreamt of being when we were a teenager is not what we dreamt of when we were a young adult. When we had our kids, all of a sudden, some of our dreams, some of our wild dreams became something that we would never experience because they were reckless or dangerous or something that we as people didn't want to risk anything for our kids, right? So dreams, like our life, comes in seasons. And as the seasons change, our dreams are also allowed to change. It is always okay to explore new possibilities in our life. That's a powerful thing. It's something that we all need to remember. So, one of my favorite movies about somebody pushing for their dreams is called Eddie the Eagle. If you haven't heard of this movie, I would look it up. But the basis is there's a young man who lives in the United Kingdom whose dream is to be on the Olympic team. He tried everything. He tried crew, he tried running, he tried downhill skiing, he tried cross-country skiing, he tried it all. He was never quite good enough to make the Olympic team. But every time that he hit a roadblock, his dream changed. He pursued a new alternative route. He kept trying, he kept trying, he kept trying. Eventually, while working in, I think it was Switzerland, I'm not entirely sure, he sees the sport of ski jumping. And towards the end, when he thought that there was nothing else that he could do, nothing else that he could push, he goes, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be on the British ski jumping team. And so he started to work. He tried to find coaches. Nobody would coach him. And so he did what all idiotic young men do. He tries to train himself. Eventually a coach takes notice, and eventually he gets good enough to compete at the world stage. And he finally made his goal of being on the Olympic team. Now, he is somebody that looked at all three of these things, right? He had a dream, and he ignored the haters. He ignored his own inner critic. He ignored everything to stay focused on that dream. He made an actionable plan. He tried to find coaches. He worked really hard. He altered his diet. He worked to the point of making that team. And every time he found a roadblock, his dream changed just a little bit. And he repeated the steps again until the big dream came true. I love that story because of how powerful it is, but also because it shows that ignoring the haters, making actionable steps, and being flexible with our dreams, we can take over the world. So let's go out and make some dreams happen. We'll see you next time.